Ladies, welcome to the Feminine Mystery. My name is Azalea Dawn, and on my channel I talk about leveling up, hypergamy, femininity, and elegance, and everything you need to attract the right masculine provider for you. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, then please check out the rest of the videos on my channel and subscribe if you like it. And if you are subscribed, well, welcome back. I should say that more often. Thank you for joining me back here. In any case, let's get into the topic for today. We're going to be talking all about personal grooming and how to always look ladylike, how to always make sure that you are looking your best. Now, I think that the biggest and best investment that you can make in your level up is to invest in yourself. Yes, a handbag is important. Yes, better clothes are important, but the best investments are the investments that you make in you, because you're always going to have that, you're always going to have yourself. Your body and the way that you look is going to be something that you keep with you for the rest of your life. So making sure that you're always looking your best is a great investment. I think that it's definitely something to prioritize before any sort of physical this or that can be lost or stolen, or maybe you have to sell it at the end of the day. You really want to make sure that you're investing into yourself, because you're always going to recoup that investment over time. So let's get into some of the things that you can do to invest in yourself and make sure that you're always looking your best. Now, the first investment that I would suggest that you make is to be a regular in your local hair salon. Now, getting your hair done is a huge investment in your beauty, because hair is something that you keep on you for a long time. If you have longer hair lengths especially, you've probably had the hair that you have in your head now for the past 5 to 10 years, right? Hair is a very long-term investment. So when you start to make that investment early, you're going to see that investment be with you for years and years and years. And long, shiny hair goes so far in just, becoming more attractive and looking your best. So making sure that you're investing in your hair and investing in a professional who knows how to take care of it, who knows how to give you all of the right treatments, whether that's Olaplex or a more specialized hair treatment. They know what your particular hair type and texture needs to look its best. They understand if you have a color that you like, how to keep that consistent so that you don't have any sort of damage or breakage over time. A professional is going to be able to do much more for your hair than you're able to do at home, especially if you are somebody with textured hair, afro textured hair. Then you know what I'm talking about here. Having somebody else who can really just get in there and really deeply wash and condition you is so much better than doing that on your own at home. There's no reason to have a wash day, in my opinion, if you can avoid it and make that investment in a professional. On top of that, being a regular in your local hair salon is going to help you with networking, right? You're going to start to get to know other more affluent women in your community when you're going to a quality salon, because they're also going to be there getting their hair done. And when you start to see each other on a regular basis over time, that's really going to help you start to build a relationship. So being able to network your way into those affluent communities can often be something that you start doing by just getting your hair done at a more upscale salon, right? Starting to be where more affluent people are, it's going to help you not just take care of yourself and invest in your grooming, but it's also going to help you level up in the long term. So definitely consider it. The next thing you want to do is invest in your fitness and your ideal diet. Now, this is no small matter. Your fitness, your weight, your body, right? How all of that is looking is going to go much further than any sort of any sort of surgical alteration like breast implants or a BBL. Just being in shape, having, a slim figure if that's what looks best on you, right? Getting into your best shape, the best shape for your body is going to go such a long way. And that really can be something that costs quite a bit, it's more than just, a gym membership or, a delivery, a meal delivery service. You really have to start to invest in figuring out what are some healthy things that you can, learn to cook for yourself. Invest in going to the grocery store more often so that you can get, things like fresh vegetables, because those are only going to keep good in your fridge for, a few days at best. So when you have things that are going bad that quickly, you do have to invest money in taking yourself back and forth to the grocery store more often. You've got to invest your time in that as well as your money, right? And that's going to help you improve the way that you're eating over time. You can also invest in, like let's say you're somebody who like struggles with motivation, you can invest in a workout class so that there are other people who are expecting to see you there like once a week, and you're enjoying those social interactions while you're also like getting up and moving your body. Maybe you can invest in a personal trainer, like somebody who has expertise who can help like jumpstart you on any sort of like weight loss or muscle gain or any sort of like body recomposition goal that you have. Either way, like regardless of like the avenue that you take to improve this area, there are many areas in which like many ways in which like you can invest into this area, and make sure that your body is in its best condition. It's also worth, like regardless of where you are in terms of like weight or anything like that, it's definitely worth it to consult with a clinical like nutritionist, somebody who has like their master's degree in that, who can really like help you like get to know what your body needs, maybe getting like a blood test before you go so that they can identify any sort of like deficiencies in your diet and make sure that you are starting to get like more nutrition, get more of what you need into your body, because that's going to be a long-term investment in your internal health as well. The next investment that you can make is a perfect smile, which is always the best accessory. Now, your smile is so major. And honestly, I don't encourage you to like go into like debt or do anything that is like spending more than you can afford on any of this stuff. But honestly, like when it comes to your smile, when it comes to your teeth, that's one area in which like I would honestly say charge it. It is worth investing in. You want to make sure that your smile is in top-notch condition. Because believe me, like when people are very like forgiving about many things, like whether that's acne or whether that is, maybe like an unfortunate like skin condition that you might have, maybe that is even like your weight as a whole. But when it comes to like your smile and your teeth, that's one thing that people are definitely looking at and evaluating you based on, right? When you have, like a bright, white, gorgeous smile, that says that you are a person who takes wonderful care of yourself, who is living like a very good life, where you have like ample like privilege, you have like good financials in order to maintain your beautiful teeth. It also says that you're very healthy. Whereas when your smile is lacking, it kind of is it's something, to say the least, that does not speak the most favorably about you. So you want to make sure that your smile is in top-notch condition and that you're doing whatever you need to take care of what it is that you have going on. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend veneers unless like you definitely want that for yourself, because that's a very particular look. But as far as like just managing and like navigating your natural teeth, I think that investing into that is always a great thing to do. So you don't have to have veneers. You can just make sure that you're getting your own teeth like professionally straightened with whatever, if you need to get like braces or Invisalign or something, make sure that you are, going every 6 months to have your regular dental cleanings, because that's going to, at the end of the day, like remove anything that is maybe like scaling up in your teeth, and like that's going to improve the longevity, right? Keeping your teeth in your mouth into old age. It's very important that you're going to your dentist for your twice a year minimum, regularly scheduled cleanings, and also like taking care of any sort of issues like cavities that you have, because those can also contribute to like losing your teeth over time and having to get like a root canal or like a dental implant or something. But it can also like contribute to things like just bad breath and just, like issues like that are a little bit unsightly. So make sure that you're staying on top of your teeth and always investing into that area. The next thing that you can do for yourself is to manage your body hair, right? Make sure that you're getting like regular like body hair removal and like investing into that. Now, one way to do that is of course just, like shaving, but you can also step that up into salon services like waxing, or you can even go for laser hair removal, right? And don't think that just because like you're dark skinned or like African American or something that you don't have like laser hair removal available to you. There are types of lasers for all skin types and skin tones. So just make sure that you are going to a doctor that specializes in the skin tone that you have to avoid anything like burns or anything like that. But laser hair removal is something that, in my opinion, is especially on the body, like not painful, like really at all. Like if anything, it's kind of like being like flicked very quickly, like up and down. So I think that it's absolutely fine, and it eliminates like you having like really like any body hair, or if there's anything that ever like returns, it's just like super fine. And it helps like your skin not only like look smooth and look soft, but like it really does start to, you know, like feel better over time. Like that's when you start to like see these girls who have like the very like soft and supple looking skin, a lot of times it's because they have like laser hair removal. It's because they don't have anything like stubble or like kind of like growing back in over the course of several days. And I also think that it helps with things like whether or not you have like those little like dots, like I think we might call them like strawberry legs. Like anything like that, it just like helps like clear that up so that you're always like looking your best. So definitely consider like investing into laser hair removal if you haven't already. And do check things like Groupon, because like laser hair removal is something that there's often like package deals with, and it's just like the deals are crazy. Like they've already invested into the machine, so sometimes it's just like a customer acquisition thing, and you can save a lot of money by just, you know, like getting a deal or like asking somebody like in your community who's like had laser hair removal for like a referral. So that's one thing to consider there. Now, next up, I know you knew this was coming later, but you want to perfect your complexion. Now, it can be really difficult to like manage like all of your various like skin issues, especially if you have like more severe issues like cystic acne or something that's going on. But you really want to like make sure that you are staying on top of your skin and doing whatever it is that you can do to manage your conditions, because the earlier in life you figure this out, like once you kind of like get the hang of like mastering your skin, like you're gonna have like that with you for the rest of your life. You're always going to have the skills that you need to take care of your skin. You're going to know what products work for you. You're going to know what's going to help you look your best. Now, one thing that you can check on doing is like see if you have like, let's say like you have like a 9-to-5 job, check whether or not the insurance that your employer provides like covers dermatology, because you would be surprised. Oftentimes like policies like this, like policies for like workplace insurance, like they do have benefits like dermatology, psychology, and even like services, dental services that really go like underutilized. So if your insurance does cover something, I would just check and make sure, because you might be surprised what kind of like benefits you have, so that you can like see like an actual dermatologist in their office and they can give you the actual like medical grade products that you need. I would also say that like just if you are in a situation where like maybe you can like work from home or something like that, and you like use like Zoom or like Microsoft Teams or something like that for your work, you can just, you know, like instead of like putting on makeup for the day, you can just use the filter inside of Zoom and maybe like turn that up a little bit so that you're looking more polished, and just like give your skin like time to breathe. So if you have like more of like a flexible like working schedule, that's also another thing that I would suggest, you know, just taking like a couple of days in the week where you're not going into the office and you're either just like zooming into meetings and using the filter, or just like leaving your camera off altogether and just kind of like having a picture of you like either in Microsoft Teams or in Zoom or whatever. Like that's definitely something that I would suggest, to just like give your skin a bit of a break, let it breathe, and like let it be the healthiest that it can be. Now, my last tidbit of advice here is to look like $1 million, but to smell like it too. Now, you want to make sure that you're not like one of those women who just like walks around like just with like your natural like body odor on you, or like whatever like your home like smells like, that's just what you smell like too. You want to make sure that you are somebody who is like wearing a deliberate fragrance, right? Because when people like go in, like even if they don't smell you when they're like kind of like standing like a few feet away, if you are somebody who like you go in for like the hug and like people are like coming in very close to you, or like any sort of like a close quarter situation, like maybe you're like sitting seated next to other people, or you're in an elevator together, people are definitely going to smell what you smell like, and you want to make sure that that is a pleasant experience for them. So definitely invest in a good quality perfume. I would say that designer is my sort of like sweet spot personally. I've had a lot of niche perfumes, but I think like the best perfumes, like the best smelling perfumes, are honestly like mainstream designer, like Chanel, Dolce & Gabbana, you know, like all of that. So I would definitely try that first and just see if you can find a signature fragrance that really suits you. There is a channel actually on YouTube called Coco Pebs. That's COCO and then PEBZ. I think that she does like the best fragrance reviews honestly on YouTube. So if you're looking for like a blind buy kind of like recommendation, I would definitely try there, because like she has like truly like a great nose and she really knows what smells good. Either way, I would definitely consider just like wearing a perfume on a regular basis to make sure that you're smelling your best as well. Now, ladies, that's going to be all for me. Hopefully these tips get you well on your way to looking, smelling, feeling like your best self. They get you on your way to impeccable grooming for elegant ladies. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, then please leave a like down below and check out the rest of the videos on my channel. I cover all things, you know, regarding leveling up, femininity, hypergamy, and elegance. Everything that you need for attracting the right masculine provider for you. So until my next video, I'll see you then.